And it's time for our daily arts and culture segment with our very own Lee Tae-ho, and he joins us live in the studio. Good afternoon to you, Tae-ho.
Good afternoon.
So it's Wednesday, which means it's a movie day.
I do indeed. I have a great list of previews today, and what a great week for movies it is. I have a wonderful Hollywood blockbuster to tell you about that has all the critics raving, and it hasn't even been released yet here in Korea. Also, an endearing romantic comedy perfect for couples as the weather outside starts to cool off.
The highly anticipated film Gravity has finally touched down here in Korea. Set to open tomorrow on the 17th of October, it is one of the most anticipated films of the fall season. The 3D science fiction thriller and space drama directed by Alfonso Cuarón stars George Clooney and Sandra Bullock. The movie officially premiered at the 70th Annual Venice Film Festival back in August, and ever since, it's had critics raving about the beautiful cinematography as well as the acting of both Clooney and Bullock. The film is set in an alternate future where biomedical engineer Dr. Ryan Stone, played by Bullock, is sent into space for her first shuttle mission, alongside veteran astronaut Matt Kalowski, played by Clooney, who is commanding his final mission before retirement. It is a routine mission until disaster strikes. A nightmare unfolds and all is lost except for Stone and Kalowski, who are tethered together in space, alone, with nothing to cling on to but each other. Will they find their way home, or is all lost? Find out in Gravity, which hits screens here in Korea tomorrow. Not in the mood for a thriller? Then the romantic comedy Playing for Keeps should be perfect to warm you right up during the chilly fall season. The film is directed by Gabrielle Machino and stars Gerald Butler and Jessica Biel. Unemployed, broke, and a failure of a father, follow the story of George Dreyer, played by Butler, as he attempts to clean up his life and finally meet his son's expectations. Can he finally land his dream job as a broadcaster, or will he be alone and miserable as well as a forever failure in the eyes of his son? Find out in Playing for Keeps, opening tomorrow here in Korea.
Well, that's one extreme to the other. One a space thriller and another a warm romantic comedy.
Exactly. But the film that I'm looking forward to is definitely Gravity. I've only been hearing good things about it from the critics ever since its opening back in August at the Venice Film Festival.
Right, and it looks spectacular. I mean, just the preview looks, it looks really good. And I'm actually going to go check it out tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I'm lucky you. I definitely need to check it out this weekend. But it is a visually spectacular movie. It had a budget of $100 million US. And the interesting thing is, it was originally started at Universal Pictures, then the rights were sold to Warner Brothers, where it finally gained some traction and started rolling.
Well, I suppose then those at Universal are crying now.
Exactly, because as of October 14th, I think the worldwide box office, the gross was at $190 million US. So there may be a little bit of regret there.
Right, right. And it's opening tomorrow here in Korea, so we'll see how Koreans would like this movie. Now, moving on, you have the weekly film rankings for us, yeah?
Exactly. It's movie days, so I have the weekly top 5 films here in Korea at the box office.
Every week on Movie Day, we bring you the hottest movies of the week at the Korean box office. So, let's get started. Number 5 this week is the super spooky paranormal thriller, The Conjuring, based on the real-life investigation files of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. And at number 4 this week is The Face Reader, still going strong in the top 5, dropping just one spot after 5 weeks at the box office. The Korean historical thriller is based on the story of Naegyong, who is caught in a furious struggle to determine who will be the next king of Joseon-era Korea. At number 3 this week is the Korean film Tough as Iron, starring Yoo Ah-in. Will Kang-chul, played by Yoo Ah-in, fall into a life of crime in order to save the life of his mother? And the runner-up this week at the box office is the tearjerker Wish, starring Seo Young-gu and Ji-won, and directed by Lee Jun-ik. Wish follows a loving family that is ripped apart when their daughter Seo-won faces an atrocious crime. How will the family cope? Find out in the number 2 movie this week, Wish. Drumroll please! The number 1 movie of the week is the thriller Hwai, starring Kim Yoon-suk and directed by Chang Jun-wan. Follow the story of a boy who is kidnapped and raised by a 5-member gang to become the perfect killer. Will he stay in a life of crime, or will he rebel against the five fathers who raised him as their own? Find out in this week's #1 film, Hwaee.
And Taeho will be on the lookout on how that rankings changed next week.
Exactly. With Gravity premiering tomorrow, we may see a change at #1, so make sure to check back again next week.
All right, thanks Taeho for that, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
All right.